All right, let's read this shit together. I told you guys in one of my vlogs, I love to assume that everybody watches every video that I make. But in case you didn't, a Roman Empire is like an event that like lives rent-free in your mind. And I like talked about how like my Roman Empire is how Azalea Banks showed everybody her closet where she sacrifices chickens and everybody just acted like that never fucking happened. Like, is this a false memory? No, absolutely not. It did happen. Anyways, he says, my Roman Empire is the invisible string theory and how the universe will keep two people apart until the timing is right. You'll meet in the most random of circumstances only to find out they were hidden in plain sight the whole time. It's like their character hadn't been unlocked yet. I'm trying to think of how to explain this. Epps and I are both from the same area, but not from the same area. Because I grew up in a different state, in a town that I'm not even sure you could call it a town. There was no mayor, there was nothing. There's like 3 churches, a fire department, and a convenience store. And it's like houses speckled in the mountains. That's all that it is. But the area that we live is like a series of small towns that like if you want something, you got to go to the next small town. Like I have to go to a different small town to go to the mall, or like a different small town to go to this doctor. You know what I mean? And we also live on like the border of 2 states. So growing up, I lived in the middle of fucking nowhere. And my whole time that I was in school, I would go to schools that were like 45 minutes from where I lived. I was the first stop in the morning and the last stop at night. Epps is originally from a large city like hours away from here, but he spent a lot of time in his childhood in this area. Grew up here kind of for a lot of it. He went to a high school. Now, mind you, there is a border. There is a border between us. Because I've talked about before how, like, Epps and I grew up in the same area, but never knew each other. And people are like, oh, your town can't be that small if you never met each other and you didn't go to the same high school. I went to a high school in one state, and he went to a high school in another. It was wild because it didn't matter that these kids lived 5 minutes from my school. They weren't allowed to go to my school. It was fucking stupid, if you ask me. But Epps went to this high school that was literally like a fucking rock throw from my high school. We had mutual friends. If we wanted to go to the mall, we had to go to the same mall. If we went to shows, we were going to the same show. Never ran into each other. Never laid eyes on each other. He played shows that I went to, and I don't remember ever seeing him, and he doesn't remember ever seeing me. We both truly, with our whole head, hearts, and asses, believe that had we met in our younger years, it would have been destructive as hell. It would have been, we would have been the absolute worst thing for each other. We would have fed off of each other's chaos. It does break my heart a lot of bit, that I didn't meet him until right after I turned 30 years old. I wish I could have met him sooner, so I would love him longer. But we both thoroughly believe that because we were right under each other's noses and we had no idea each other exists, that we met each other when we were meant to. And you know how we met? Epps saw me in a comment section on a Facebook, and he saw my tiny little profile picture, and he thought, I want that. That's mine. And he shooted his shot in the DMs. He may be one of the very few fucking people on the face of the earth that that's ever worked out for. But I believe in what I was just talking about, like the thing that I read, because Epps and I literally grew up in the same area with mutual friends right under each other's noses, same interests, like everything, and had no idea each other existed. I truly believe that we met each other when we were supposed to, when both of us had calmed down and weren't like on a path of self-destruction. Does that make sense? Like, it sucks that I couldn't have met him as a teenager and shit like that. But back then I was living, breathing chaos, and so was he. So we have a theory that we came across each other when we were supposed to. And what's wild is when the conversation moved to, so like, where do you live? He lived right up the street from me. I'm not joking you. We were literally right under each other's noses. He literally lived up the street. We would go to the same fucking Walmart, the same Kroger, the same restaurants, the same mall, and had never seen each other before. That's crazy. Oh, wow. Is it the lighting or just my face? I'm looking exceptionally like the Crypt Keeper today. I have had my hair extensions on since yesterday. Yes, I slept in them. These bitches are going to be torn up in 3 days. I give it 3 days and they will no longer be wearable. Anyways, I can't hear. And every hole in my face where every hole in my face where like liquid can escape, liquid is escaping. I feel like a baby. Like, you know how like there's a lot of parents that put like excessively large bows on babies' heads. That's what I feel like. Anyways, we do have some good, exciting, funky, fucking fresh, amazing news. I did get a phone. How, Shay? How? I finally have enough credit history to use Affirm. Bitch, that has been my goal from day one. I was watching back what I already filmed and my forehead looks excessively large. Just don't bring it up, okay? Did I tell you why I decided to do this? Because at least I know with this that this is brand new. At least I know that this is brand new. At least I know if it doesn't work, I can just take it back to Walmart. Stuff like that. Like, yes, it is an SE. And it is small and it doesn't have a lot of memory, but at least I have the security of knowing that it's brand new. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, how bad my experience was with the last, like, refurbished thing that I bought. Like, I had my heart so fucking set on it, but it was a pain in the ass to, like, go through, like, the return process and everything. It makes me never want to buy refurbished again. Like, it, honest to God. And you know what's really shitty is, like, I immediately got back on Amazon and I start looking at other refurbished phones. And they're all being sold by the same fucking company. And I'm like, well, obviously I can't trust them. You know what I mean? Very cute. It still has a button. It's still, I love this shit, though. I love it. And honestly, I just need it to help me work. I didn't tell you guys this. The reason that I haven't been able to use my, you guys remember I showed you the little plug-in thing that I have for my camera memory cards and how it has like a USB-C, thingy on it. It won't work with my phone. It won't work with my iPhone 15. But it will work with this because this has a lightning port on it. I was not ready for that shit. That shit fucking jarred me. How, I got my fucking phone in the mail and it was like, oh, by the way, every accessory that you have, your earbuds, the 9 million chargers and little adapters that you have, none of that is going to work with this new phone. Surprise! I just want to hear how the mic sounds. How does the mic sound? I don't really have the option of a wide lens, but that's okay as long as the audio is fine. Okay, it sounds fine. I'm very tired, and it's not even 11 a.m., so I think I'm gonna go to sleep for a little while, because my head feels like a pumpkin. Also, I think I'm thinking about, like, plucking the shit out of my eyebrows. Like, what I have. Like, I'm thinking about just going ape shit on them with a pair of tweezers. Doesn't that sound fun? I think it does. I have to ask because I definitely wonder. How many times has this happened to you? Because I feel like it happens to me an absurd amount of times. It happens to me all the time. I don't know how to word that. I don't know how to phrase that. I just laid down to try to take a nap. Immediately got a call from the school. Hey, Dee's in the office crying. He was supposed to bring a stuffed animal to school today, but he forgot it. Can somebody bring him one? So I had to call Epps. Epps was at the gym. Epps came home, got the stuffed animal, brought it to Dee, went back to the gym. Very sweet of him, but that's not the thing. That's not the thing. I just came downstairs because I couldn't sleep, and I'm like, I'm gonna make myself some lunch. Sorry, that's cars going by. Because I'm gonna make myself some lunch, and I'm supposed to get a package today. It's Eps's Christmas present, and I poked my fucking head out the curtains to look to see if the package is out there because the mail runs anywhere between 11:30 and 12. And there's I make direct eye contact with my mail lady. And I feel like that happens a lot. A lot. Like, I don't ever DoorDash or like have food delivered, but I used to a lot. I used to a lot. And I felt like every fucking time I would look outside and I wouldn't even know why I was doing it, I would make direct fucking eye contact with my no contact order delivery person. And the funny part was I could like hear the mail lady giggle. She giggled because she saw me. It happens so much. It happens so fucking much. I have got to get a case on this thing. It is not going to survive me. I'm gonna try out this little pink beanie because I never have. Also, I think under my nose is gonna be chapped soon. Oh shit, I put that on completely sideways. I think under my nose is gonna be chapped soon because it keeps running and I keep blowing it. Yeah, I was not a fan of that at all. I just feel like naked without something on my head. I do, and I know that every single one of the tracks in the back of my head is showing it. It doesn't even matter because who's gonna see it? The ghost, the thing floating in the corner. I don't think it's judging me that harshly. So there's this trend right now on TikTok that's like, what has social media taught you in 2023? I don't think social media has taught me anything in 2023, but I think that it has reinforced a lot of things for me in 2023. Like, the number one thing that it has taught me, and this does not apply to me personally, because the negativity that I receive in my comments is like minuscule compared to the positivity and the love and things like that. But I do use social media. I do read people's comment sections on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that. But editing me just here to say I don't think any of the following applies to me. Don't take me saying the next things as me saying like, oh, this is me. No, I don't think that I'm this wonderful, beautiful, amazing, brilliant thing that doesn't deserve hate. I'm just saying that there's a lot of people on the face of this earth that don't do anything wrong, and they are hated for no reason other than that they just exist online. And I'm really just trying to drive the point home that like it wouldn't matter. It would not matter if you were perfect. Somebody would still have a problem with you. That's all that I'm saying. I'm not saying that any of the following things apply to me. You can be the most unproblematic person on the face of this earth. You can be the most beautiful, funny, charming human being that ever walked this fucking planet, and there will still be people that have a problem with you. It's just it's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. So fuck it, Another thing is that absolutely everything that you do can be considered cringe to somebody. So who fucking cares? Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. You can be doing nothing at all that is like whatever. What's the word? What's the word for you know what I mean? You can not be doing any of the stereotypical cringy things ever, and somebody on the face of this fucking earth is gonna find you cringy. So you may as well do whatever the fuck you want. Don't let fear of being cringe stop you. Once you let go of that fear, you know true fucking freedom. Another thing is that people will overanalyze everything about you, and it does not matter if you have 100 followers or 100,000 or 1,000,000 followers. People will overanalyze absolutely everything about you, from your body language to your speech pattern to things about your face. I have literally had people be like, "You struggle with eye contact." Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And my abusive ex used to point that out as well. I have had so many people accuse me of various things about me that have to do with me being neurodivergent or having anxiety, or like I have diseased eyeballs, things like that. And when I point it out, it's how am I supposed to know? You don't have to know that about me to just not do that. No matter what you do, though. No matter what you do, if you have eyes on you, people are going to analyze you. So fuck it. Do whatever you want. People will project their insecurities on you. People will project their insecurities on you. It doesn't matter if you make a TikTok and it gets 54 views. It could get 5 comments and 2 of them be negative. It doesn't matter. People will project their insecurities onto you. Because that's just what people have to do to feel better about themselves. I don't know, and it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want, because you're never going to win. People that don't know you, have never met you, and never will, are going to try to tell you about yourself and who you are. So don't try to prove shit to anybody. It's never going to be good enough, ever. People that don't know you will never meet you. They're not going to be friends with you. They're not going to date you. They're not going to sleep with you. Will always think that you need to meet their standards of what attractive is. They don't give a fuck. You are never going to walk past them on the street. You're never going to date them. You don't give a shit about them. You're never going to breathe in the same room as them. They're going to be like, why do you look like that? You need to look like this. You're never going to make everybody happy. Do you know how many people in my life I have met that have just absolutely loved tattooed women? And the amount of people in my life that I have met that has just fucking hated tattooed women. I one time in my TikTok comments had this guy tell me that I wasn't allowed to get tattooed. Our women aren't allowed to get tattooed. I said, who's ours? Men's! Bitch! What? No matter what you do, guys, no matter what you do, you are not going to fit everybody's standard for what is attractive. No matter, you gain weight, there's going to be somebody tell you to lose weight. You lose weight, somebody's going to be like, why'd you lose weight? You looked better when you were bigger. Like, it's just the whole fucking, cut your hair, why'd you cut your hair? Grow your hair out, you should cut your hair again. Dye your hair, well, I like the old color. Who fucking cares? Do whatever you want to do. Another thing is there will always be people that make excuses for bad people. There will always be apologists that exist on the face of this earth that make every excuse for bad people. And that's just how it's always been. Doesn't make it right, doesn't make it fair, is a real fucking head scratcher, but it is an uphill battle. Another thing is there will always be people that say the most out-of-pocket shit you've ever heard in your life. And that type of shit happens like outside of social media, but I feel like on social media you're exposing yourself to more people. So it happens more often. Like the shit that people have said to me and the shit that I have seen people say to other people, you would think that they would never go there, but they do. But they do. None of it, like, deserves repeating. But just use your imagination or don't. Because you'll just be in a bad mood. You're always going to run into bad, weird, strange people, unhinged people online. And I promise you, guys, I promise you from the dark, deep depths of my fucking black soul, it does not make you a narcissist to block them. Oh my God. I just want to know why people throw around the word narcissist so much that shit is so diluted that if somebody blocks somebody from being able to comment on their content, they're a narcissist. You just want your whole existence to be a hug box. No, I think it's very valid for somebody to block somebody for calling them a fat bitch on a video of them doing their nails. You know what I mean? Like the word narcissist, the term narcissism has been so diluted down that when somebody's being harassed and they block people that's harassing them, people will be like, oh my God, you just want your whole comment section to be an echo chamber. They don't want to be harassed. They don't want to have anxiety about using social media, and that makes them a fucking narcissist. I don't think so. I think that y'all just like to dilute shit down to the point that it just means nothing. The last thing that I want to say is that social media has taught me that it is okay to not allow people to have 24/7 access to you. It is okay to not allow people 24/7 access to you. It is okay to wait to reply to messages. It is okay to not read every comment the second that it gets left. It's okay to separate yourself from your social media, especially if it is stressing you out or overwhelming you. I promise you that it is okay. And that's just all there is to it. My throat really hurts from talking. But I'm going to lay down and you guys let me know if you notice like a jarring difference between this phone and my iPhone 15. I don't personally, other than the fact that it doesn't have a wide lens on it. I don't really notice that much of a difference, honestly. But I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm really hoping that I can feel better tomorrow. Because I got so much shit I want to do. You guys realize that Christmas is 10 days away. It's 10 days away. 10, not 5, 10. I've still got to get shit for the kids' stockings and stuff. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.